everyone. Good morning, Grounding Down Yoga community. Welcome to class. Welcome to our different studio space this morning. As always, my name is Morgan, and I'm so excited to be holding space for your yoga practice, and in particular, holding class outside. So at this time and place right now, it is June 9th, 2021, so early summer. The dandelions are still all around me. If you've been following my social media, you'll know that I've been really deep in my process of making dandelion wine. And that workshop is going to be up for my Summit members later today. If you're not a Summit member yet, you can always reach out to me to figure out how you can lock in that Summit rate before I raise my prices next month. Or if you're not in a place to commit to that monthly rate right now, you can always purchase the workshop for a flat fee of $15. This is just a really, really wonderful and regenerative way for all of us to re-indigenize the way that we engage with the plants around us, the plants that are in our community, and the plants that are in our backyard, such as the dandelion, which is all around us right now, as you can see, and is a potent medicine. When I was growing up, I always was told that dandelions, we understand that they're weeds, but really, in reality, you can consume the petals, you can consume the greens, and you can consume the roots. There's so much about the dandelion that you can ingest medicinally. So in that workshop, we learned all about that, and I'm very, very excited to share that aspect and facet of local plant medicine. There's a puppy across the street. We're going to be hearing more ambient sounds now that we're outside. There is a wind chime right there, so y'all know what's up. Also, you might notice I'm a little nasally. I am embarrassingly allergic to pollen, and I just foraged flowers for my entire day yesterday, so I'm still recovering on the pollen front. So if you hear me kind of being nasally in my speaking, that's why. All of those things aside, let's get into our yoga practice today. This is a Yin Yoga tension release practice, really specifically targeted towards chronic tightness and chronic pain. You know, if we had all the time in the world to focus on our wellness practices, our flexibility, our mobility practices, that would be really nice, right? That would be the ideal world. However, many of us are at home, sitting down or static in the same places. Many of us are driving all day and don't get as much time as we need to get into our physical bodies to create and even sustain the flexibility that is needed for lots of things in life. Hip mobility, low back mobility, things like aging. Sometimes the body just gets tight and stays tight. I've been weightlifting a little bit more recently to heal some of my joint issues, which has been awesome, by the way. But tightness is the number one thing that's come up for me. Strength and flexibility are not the same thing. You can be really strong. Be really physically strong in your body, but not be flexible. And you can be extremely flexible in your body, very bendy, and mobile, but not have a lot of the strength to support. Strength and flexibility, if you think about it, are two supportive pillars that really, really need each other and love each other in every physical constitution. So today, and especially this week, what I want to focus on with you is, creating more tension release in big areas of the body. And so today we'll focus on release in the low back, the hip flexors, the quads, and the neck. So these are areas that are typically very tight for those of us that are working desk jobs a lot of the time. So it's going to be good. It's morning time, so I'm going to grab a sip of coffee real quick. And when you are ready to begin our practice, let's just begin with a little bit of seated meditation. Uncross your legs and then cross them the opposite way. And in the spirit of grounding down, place your hands right on top of your thighs in the grounding position. Relax your sacrum, relax your belly a little bit. And then close your eyes. Take a long breath in through your nostrils. Open mouth exhale. Breathe in deeper. Sigh it out. One more like that. Take it in. And clear it out. Begin to transition into a softer, easier breath. We are creating the space for a parasympathetic practice, one that is meant to calm and diffuse tension in the nervous system. So let your breath be a reflection of that essence, that nectar. Maybe allow your breath to become slower and softer, not so active. If there is any physical, intellectual, or emotional, spiritual tension in your body right now, I want you to visualize it draining out like a red stream or a red liquid out of your body and right into the earth. The earth knows what to do with our unprocessed energy. She uses it as compost. And when you feel that all of your tense energy, however it is manifesting or showing up today, you've made the effort to release what you can. Just join your palms at your heart center in Anjali Mudra, that yogic gesture of gratitude. Take your time. And with your hands at your heart, bow your chin towards that space, honoring and acknowledging your commitment to this practice of yoga. Towards the commitment, let's take a collective breath in. Audible exhale. Fill your lungs up. Empty. Take it in. And clear it out. Gorgeous, my friends. Relax your hands down onto your lap. Open your eyes. Our first posture will be Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So join the bottoms of your feet together best you can. Remember, we're going for tension release over time, over space, over the lifetime of however long it takes to open the tissues. So for those of you who are a little bit more mobile, it might feel good today to bring your heels closer to your pubic bone and narrow the angle of your legs. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch that way. If you are feeling tight in your hips and this feels terrible, scoot your feet forward a little bit. Meet yourself where you are rather than where you want to be or like to be. Place your hands in front of you, right on the dirt if you're outside like I am. Start to round through your back, dome through your back body. Tuck your chin towards the nape of your throat, that little notch at the base of your throat. Release tension throughout the entire back side of your neck. And commit to a stillness for the next 2 minutes. In really, really traditional yin, they say commit to complete stillness. But I want you to observe yourself. As time passes, notice if the elasticity in your tissues change, if you want to go deeper or ease out a little bit within these next 2 minutes. Release the weight of your head. Take a little bit of quiet time. About 1 more minute. Feel free to go a little bit deeper if you like. Three of your deepest breaths. When you release that third breath, slowly and intentionally press yourself up and out of the shape. Bring your hands to the outsides of your legs, close them like a book. Place your hands behind you and wag your knees side to side a little bit. There you go. Just kind of opening up through the outer hips, your tensor fascia lata, your IT band, those big parts of the body that hold a lot of energy and tension. Okay. Now, let's see. We'll move right into a little bit of a neck release first. So what I want you to do is come back into your seated position. Kickstand your left hand wide, all the way out to the side. Yeah, and kind of dome your hand, come up on your fingertips, and start to tilt your head up and over towards the right. Right away, you'll start to feel the fascial lines in your scalenes, the side of your neck, the front of your throat. And I want you to focus on turning your chin out and down a little bit, so we're really getting into the back side of the neck. Ooh, I'm feeling it, which inadvertently connects to the trapezius, the upper back, an area of tension for so many of us. Take a 1 minute set here. Find the tension, or the traction rather, the edge of your comfort zone. But if you experience pain, ease back. Take 3 juicy breaths. Great job. Use your right hand as always to help your head come back to center. I like to cue a moment of stillness in between shapes to really receive the differences. Feel how that long line on the side of your neck that you just stretched might feel different from the other. When you're ready, let's move into the opposite side. Kickstand your right hand wide out to the side, tilt your head up and over towards your left shoulder. Ooh. Yeah, and give yourself a moment to ease in. Find the space that needs release here with a general focus of keeping your chin out and down. Because we're opening up the back of the neck today and the trapezius, the upper back. Find that area that doesn't quite want to budge and shower it with a loving stillness. Energy move out via the breath. Three more breaths. Bottom of your third exhale, place your hand on the side of your head. Take your time. Gently lift yourself all the way back up to center. Take a moment of stillness to really receive the medicine of the intentional traction, the neck and the back. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. In the spirit of the upper back, let's get a little bit deeper into a seated Gomukhasana with eagle arms. So, couple options here. If you'd like, you can get into Gomukhasana legs, which is a really deep rotation in your hips. It also might be easier to kind of stand up on your knees like I'm doing. I think my head's gonna pop out of the frame. And cross your legs first like this. So we'll do, what is this? Left leg over the right, and then sit back. If that just feels too tight for your hips, ease out and take a really spacious just stack of your ankle over your knee. You can always place a pillow right underneath this knee for enough support. My right hip has always been tight. Like, it's always been an area of focus for my practice. So we'll start with that hip opener. Whew, I am feeling it. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, sweep your left arm underneath the right for Gomukhasana arms. This is also very deep internal rotation of your shoulders. If this feels way too tight for your shoulders today, give yourself a big squeeze. It was so sweet. The other day I was teaching my dad yoga. He's 55 years old. He's been lifting granite and stone his entire life, and he finally reached the realization that he needs to stretch a little bit. And eagle pose was a game changer for his back, a back that has never stretched in its entire life. So this is a good one. If you have the eagle arms, maybe consider elevating and reaching your fingertips up a little bit for a greater stretch. Squeeze everything together. We've got 90 seconds here. Three more breaths. And release your arms first, stretch them out to the sides, big breath in, circle sweep. And exhale, relax your arms down to the sides. Just take a very quick counter pose. Ooh, take your time uncrossing this leg. Kind of extend your leg behind you. And open up into a Vashisthasana variation with your bottom knee down. This can feel so good just to open up the entire lateral line of your body, the one that you just were really deeply compressing with that hip opener. Breathe in. Exhale, gently cactus your top arm, goal-posted. Draw your shoulder blade down your back body. Turn the center of your chest upward towards the sky. One more breath in. Clear it out. Swivel yourself all the way around. Woo! Man, eagle is always bringing that medicine. Damn. Okay, let's go to the other side. Please move into Gomukhasana, legs on the opposite side. This time the right knee will go on top. You can always stand up for balance for your knees. Cross the legs for a little bit more of a tight wrap in your inner thighs. And then take a seat. Good job. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, eagle wrap the opposite way. This time the right arm will go underneath. Always welcome to opt for the bear hug for more space in your shoulders. You have the full Gomukhasana arms. Maybe explore reaching your fingertips upward in space a little bit. Find your edge. The whole idea of tension release through the fascia, through the connective tissue in your body, is to find that Goldilocks point of traction, discomfort in the tissues, but never pain, right? Yin yoga is learning how to be comfortable inside discomfort. 90 seconds here. Carefully release your arms, stretch them out wide, sweep them overhead, breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the earth. Help your top leg uncross, stretch it out to the side. Plant your opposite hand down. Inhale, open up to a Vashisthasana, supported side plank variation. Bow through your side rib cage. Turn your heart up a little bit. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus your top arm. One more inhale right here. Big exhale. Swivel yourself all the way down and around. Come back to a seat. That sunlight is starting to hit right into the camera. So let me just poke around real quick. Make sure I don't need to change the angle so you're not getting totally flooded by the light. Okay. Looks like we're doing okay. So let's just do one more posture before we ease into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Come through tabletop pose first. Plant your palms. Step or walk your left foot to the top of your practice space. Your hands will be on the inside of this foot. And ease your hips forward and down towards the ground a little bit for a nice hip and quad stretch. A little lizard lunge, also known as runner's lunge. As always, give yourself a little moment here to wiggle it out, wiggle it in, find that sweet spot, and then commit to stillness for just about 1 minute here. If you're really available in your hips, you can come down to your forearms, always an option. Glacial breaths. Slowly lean your hips back for a quick moment of Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. You can keep your leg out at an angle here, kind of at a diagonal. Really curl or flex your toes back towards your shin. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Step back into tabletop. And move your right foot to the top of your practice space. Step it or walk it, baby step it. Hands are on the inside of this foot. Bend your front knee, ease your hips forward and closer to the earth here. Pelvis towards the earth. A moment to wiggle it in, wiggle it out, find the medicine that you need today in your hips. Very good. And then settle into that place of tolerable discomfort for the next 60 seconds. very juicy breaths. As you let go of that third exhale, lean your hips back into the nice Ardha Hanumanasana half splits pose. Curl your toes towards your face. Lean back a little bit. Give yourself that super focused, isolated stretch in your hamstrings. Whew. Good. When that feels complete for you, swing your legs out in front of you and make your way to lying down flat on your back. You can bend your knees and walk yourself back. We're being gentle this morning. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Can't really see my face, there's that kind of grass in the way, but hold on to your elbows, rock side to side. Optional for a final hip opener, final sacrum grounding. Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Hold on to the big toes with your peace fingers. Stretch your legs out wide open through the inner lines of your legs. Soften your pelvic floor. And maybe just kind of rock side to side a little bit. Bring one foot in and then the other. So good, my friends. I hope you feel a little bit more released. If there are any other final movements, any other final postures or preparations that you're craving to feel even more satisfied in your practice today, please take all of those now. When you are ready, please ease your way into your final resting pose. Legs long, arms at your side. I could stay here all day, but this is where I'll leave you. Please take 5 to 10 undisturbed and quiet minutes of your Shavasana. Thank you so much for making time for doing a little bit of yoga with me and learning a little bit more about tension release with me. It is always my honor and privilege to be holding this space for your yoga practice and side grounding down. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Shavasana.